The holiday season is here, and in just a couple weeks, state champs will be crowned here in the Peach State. Frank Solkowski and the young lady social distancing, that's Amy Zimmer. And welcome to another postseason edition of The Frenzy right here on WJCL 22 News.
The GHSA Elite 8 kicking off Friday night. On the line, trips to the state semifinals, and we had several Southeast Georgia squads looking to punch their tickets to the Final Four.
Now, it almost felt like a normal Friday night of high school football here in Savannah. Had 3 games played right here in town, including 2 in Class Single A private.
That's right. Savannah Christian and Calvary Day both playing home games in the quarterfinals. We'll get to the Cavs in a second. First, out to Pooler. The Savannah Christian Raiders seeking revenge against the Wesleyan Wolves. Last year, the Wolves knocked the Raiders out of the playoffs with a 42-16 win. First quarter, Raiders quarterback Spencer Robichaux hands it off to running back Eli Brown. Check out the power from Brown. Takes a wolf pack to finally bring them down for the big gain. Under 8 minutes to go in the first, Raiders settle with a field goal to take a 3-0 lead. Second quarter now, under 10 minutes before the half, Wolves quarterback Ryan Rose connects with wide receiver Wyatt Hodges. Hodges takes it all the way to the end zone. Wolves go up 7-3, would score again on their next drive to make it 14-3 at the half. Raiders start their third quarter strong. How about this interception by Raiders' George Futch? That would get the Raiders into the red zone. Robichaux, the running back Carter Allen, takes a hard hit. The loose ball recovered in the end zone by Wolves' Bryn Arkin for the touchback. Wolves up 17-3. Fourth quarter now, under 10 minutes to go. Robichaux scrambles, decides to take it himself. Check out the footwork. The quarterback keeper makes it 14-9 Wolves. Under 5 minutes to go. Raiders need a big play, and they're going to make one. Robichaux with time goes in the air with the rocket, brought down by Futch. Slow that down and take another look. Talk about tiptoeing the sideline. 2-point conversion would be good. Raiders go up 17-14. With under 2 minutes to go, Wolves would strike back with a touchdown by wide receiver Andrew Van Wy. And that would do it for the second straight year. Savannah Christian falling to Wesleyan in the playoffs, 21-17 the final.
Calvary Day looking for a better outcome as they hosted George Walton. Visitors on the move in the first quarter. Gavin Hall on the keeper. He's going to pick up some big yardage. Next play, Hall, well, he's going to hand off to Jake Whiten, who's going to find his way into the end zone, giving George Walton the early lead. Cavs looking to respond. Jake Merklinger to Dakari Johnson-Thompson, who picks up the first down with a nice catch and run right here. Calvary going to continue to move the chains. Merklinger to Brooks Dawson for another first down for the Cavs. Calvary would then cap off the drive with the touchdown run from Greg Daniel. Point after would fail. Cavs trailed. Second quarter, Calvary going to grab their first lead of the game. Merklinger throwing deep to Thompson, who's going to make the catch for the touchdown. Cavs grabbing the 13-6 lead. The defense then going to settle in. The Cavs, how about the defense going to team up and drop Hall for the sack right here. Back to the Cavalier offense, and they were on the move again late in the second quarter. Merklinger to Bryant Brantley, who proceeds to pick up a big chunk of yards right up the middle. The same combo, they were back at it again moments later. Cavs looking poised to extend that lead, and you know what? They do it moments later. Merklinger going to do it himself on the sneak. He's into the end zone. Cavs, they are moving on to the state semifinals after the 26-14 win over George Walton. Calvary will face Trinity Christian next Friday. Well, from Single A private, time to check out the action in Single A public.
Everything has been better and better this season as the Tigers look to keep up their winning ways against Warren County in the Elite 8.
Our Dave Williams was in Metter, and he's got the recap.
Like the Metter Tigers were hoping the number 13 would be a lucky number 13 as they play the 13th game of their season, so far without a blemish on their record. Now, a win tonight would move them on to the Final Four of the Georgia High School Association Single A public playoffs. But to do that, they would have to beat Warren County here at the Jungle. And if you like seeing teams run the football, then this game was for you. Although things didn't exactly start off great for the Tigers as they fumble the opening kickoff of the game, and Warren County recovers. But the Metter defense would rise to the occasion to prevent any further damage. Taj Hobbs with a 4th down stop to keep Warren County off the board. Then Hobbs goes to work on the offensive side of the ball. Check out this effort. He calls his own number. Looks like he's going to go down several times, but somehow he manages to keep going before getting a final push from his offensive line into the end zone. What an incredible run, and Metter has a 7-0 lead. But Warren County will respond on their next possession early in the second quarter. Kyrie Evans goes around end and into the payoff pasture. The 2-point conversion was no good, and Metter still led 7-6. The Tigers began to seize control from there. Late second quarter, Josh Kelly with a short plunge into the end zone, and after the extra point, it was 14-6 Metter. More of the same in the second half as the Tiger running game just dominated. Danny Cheeley finds his way to the happy hunting ground. The PAT was good, and it's 21-6. The Tigers would add another score for the 28-6 final to move on to the Final Four next week at the Jungle. In Metter, Dave Williams, WJCL 22 News.
All right, thanks so much, Dave. Metter will host Irwin County next week. In Class AAA, the season over for the Appling County Pirates, who fall at Greater Atlanta Christian 31-13. And how about those Pierce County Bears? Are they not rolling? Pierce County into the Final Four after thrashing Carver out of Atlanta 51-18. Up next for the Bears, Crisp County. The Cadets of Benedictine ready to roll out at Memorial Stadium. BC hosting Riverdale in the Quad A quarterfinals. BC on the move in the first quarter. Cam Edge got the nice pickup for the Cadets. However, the drive would stall. Benedictine going to settle on the Nick Dillon field goal to take the early 3-0 lead. The Benedictine defense, they were doing what they do. Matt Cromenhope with a bunch of Cadets there to combine for the sack. The Benedictine offense comes back on the field, and they start to move goalward once again. LaShawn Brooks going to get the call. He finds a lane for a nice big pickup, and watch at the very end. I think this is the definition of a late hit. Yeah, 15 more yards. Start of the second quarter, home team going to make it 6-0 on another field goal from Dillon. Then a big play from the defense. Riverdale throwing, but Bryce Baker there for the interception. It appears he takes it back for the score. However, a block in the back going to negate the touchdown. No problem. The BC offense would find the end zone a couple minutes later. Brooks going to weave his way and power his way into the end zone with the point after. It was 13-0. Benedictine wasn't done late in the first half. They're going to force a Riverdale punt. And how about Trent Broadnax going to get the ball on the bounce and proceed to take it the distance along the far sideline. Punt return covers 60 yards and goes for 6. Benedictine advances to the state semifinals. They do so with the 48-13 win, and they're going to host Jefferson next week. Meanwhile, in Class 5A down in Waycross, the season over for the Ware County Gators. Ware falling to Cartersville, 34-31, the final in that one.
Finally, the Mercer and Macon GISA 3A state championship game. Frederica taking on powerful John Millage. Frederica looking to throw early, but Dawson Smith with the interception. But Smith wasn't done. He takes it the distance. The pick six gives John Millage the early lead. It's an advantage they were adding to later in the first quarter. Quarterback Grayson Hopkins throwing deep. Marcus Presswood gets it, makes the nice one-handed catch with a defender. The touchdown makes it 14-0. Now Frederica looking to get the offense going. They have the nice pickup here. However, the ball going to come free, and that was John Millage there to recover the fumble. They would turn that turnover into more points. Patrick McDonald now on the quarterback. He keeps it and walks in for the touchdown. John Millage wins the state championship, beating Frederica 49-0.